In a fast-paced world filled with stress and chaos, finding a moment of peace and clarity can seem impossible. Yet nestled within the practices of Pilates and yoga lies a sanctuary where mind, body, and spirit unite to foster wellness and ward off disease. Today, we're exploring this sanctuary, delving into the intricate ways that these practices nurture our physical health and mental resilience, from boosting immunity to enhancing emotional stability. Pilates and yoga offer a holistic approach that invites us to embrace a healthier, more balanced life. Tune in as we uncover the secrets of achieving wellness through mindfulness and movement. Welcome to the High Blood Pressure Wellness Lifestyle Podcast. I am Donna Williams, your dedicated host and certified holistic health coach. Your journey to a healthier, more vibrant life starts here, and I couldn't be more excited to guide you every step of the way. At info@highbloodpressure.com and through this podcast, I passionately serve an incredible community with a special focus on empowering women of color. We're cutting through the confusion around chronic disease management, starting with high blood pressure, to bring you clarity and actionable insights. We're on this transformative journey together, shifting from reactive health measures to proactive empowerment. Wellness isn't just about tweaking your diet or changing a routine. It's about embedding health into every facet of your life and feeling the full transformation. So let's make wellness more than a fleeting thought. Let it become a vibrant, undeniable part of your everyday life. Let's get started on this incredible journey together. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Ivory Howard. She is a certified yoga and Pilates instructor. She also receives her Master of Public Health and advanced training in plant-based nutrition. She has been seen in the U.S. News and World Report, Health Digest, Fit and Wellness, Weight Watchers, the Zoe Report, the Sisters from AARP, and other publications for helping others achieve their health and fitness goals. Ivory understands that everyone's relationship with health and wellness is different, and she seeks to honor that with her work, providing her clients with challenging workouts, focus on strength, balance, and flexibility to help them reach their health and fitness goals. Today's topic is on the role of Pilates and yoga in disease prevention and wellness with Ivory Howard. So let's get started. Ivory, please share a bit about your journey on what you do, especially for our listeners who might be new to this topic.
Absolutely. I help busy professionals work out consistently so that they can reclaim their health with ease. I know it's not easy, especially if you commute to work. You find yourself sitting a lot. You sit on your commute, you sit when you get to work, and then you sit on your commute again. And when you finally get home, all you want to do is sit down. So, getting people moving, keeping them moving, and it's all with the goal of helping them avoid chronic diseases that many suffer from in the United States, like stroke, diabetes, cancer, and high blood pressure. These are all things that can be prevented. I think that many people think that they can't avoid them. It's genetic, it's in their blood, but it's not. You can avoid these things with a healthy diet and, of course, exercise. So, just helping people find ways to eat healthy and exercise so that they can avoid these preventable chronic diseases.
That is so true. But people who are not familiar with Pilates or yoga are not aware of how beneficial they can be to the human body. So my first question to you is, how do Pilates and yoga contribute to disease prevention?
Yeah, absolutely. Exercise in general are great ways to avoid these chronic diseases, but Pilates and yoga come with that added benefit of helping you work on your wellness and your mental health and reduce stress and anxiety, which also contribute to many of these chronic diseases. So it's definitely important to incorporate some of that into your daily life, and certainly any way that you can, because reducing stress and anxiety um, is an important way to avoid those chronic diseases that we discussed earlier. Yeah.
Yes. But what advice would you give to someone new? Sometimes we are unsure to make changes or embrace new habits. And, exercise is one of those practices that we all fight. Don't care how disciplined we might be. So, for those who are just starting out, who wants to use them for health improvement, what would you tell them to sort of encourage them, get them really interested, get them going?
Yes. So there are many things that you can do. And I think when you're just starting out, you worry about all the things, you think about all the things, you think about diet and exercise and lifting this much and getting this much protein. And the more you ask for advice, the more um, information you get and the more overwhelmed you feel, but it's not really about that. When you're just starting out, pick one thing that you can do and just do that one thing. If that one thing for you is exercising, then do that. If it's drinking more water, do that. Just pick one thing. Otherwise, you're going to get overwhelmed. You just need to start your journey. And then as you get more comfortable and that one thing becomes a habit, you'll naturally begin to add other things to that so that you have an even healthier life, and a more physically active life. So just pick one thing. Don't worry about all the things. You can get to all the things later. Just pick one thing, whatever you want that one thing to be for you, and just do that one thing until it becomes a habit.
You mentioned smudge protein. Did you say that? Smudge protein?
No, I think people worry about getting enough protein when they're starting their
Oh,
health
so
diet.
sorry. I was
Yeah.
thinking, is it a smoothie you're mentioning or what? This was my curiosity. So, can practicing yoga and Pilates regularly reduce the risk of chronic diseases?
Yeah, absolutely. Any exercise will help you reduce chronic diseases and improve your blood pressure, improve your AC1 levels. There are many things that exercise can do to help improve your health. Um, but Pilates and yoga also help you with your mental health, as we discussed, but also balance, flexibility, and strength all in one exercise. So that's a great way to get it all done
Yes.
without having to do many things on many days. So I think that's a great one for busy professionals. Like if you have a lot to do, this is an exercise that you can do that incorporates um, your physical activity, your strength, your balance, your flexibility, and your mental health all in one. Um, so that's a great exercise choice. There are many out there, but I think
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
two are great.
Especially as we get older, because you mentioned about balance, and a lot of senior citizens fall for whatever reasons. But what specific health benefits would you say of Pilates compared to yoga? If they have to choose one, or should they embrace both and do different ones different days? What's give the comparison for me. So in case I'm new to this and saying, which one should I do? Which one be better beneficial? I have high blood pressure. I have blood sugar, high blood sugar. What? Which one?
Right. So Pilates focuses on stability and core strength, helps with alignment, and yoga is more about certainly the spiritual benefit and flexibility, and depending on what style you practice, more on strength. But they are both great workouts, and they're both beneficial. So I would just really suggest that you try them both and see what works best for you. You may find that you like one more than the other, or maybe your doctor has already told you that you need to focus on core strength, and maybe you want to focus on Pilates. So it's just a personal preference, about maybe what you want to focus on more, but they're both beneficial. I think that many people, certainly if they have back pain, find that Pilates is really beneficial for them. But certainly you can alleviate back pain with yoga as well. So it's definitely important to try them both. They have similar exercises, but the focus and the purpose of them are different. So yeah, you should definitely try them out and see what works best for you.
So, what motivated you to explore the role of Pilates and yoga in disease prevention?
Well, my focus in public health is health promotion and disease prevention. And fitness is just a way for me to help others prevent chronic diseases that we suffer from in the United States. And I think because they are preventable, we should do as much as we can. I know that exercise and eating well is not always easy, but these are preventable. And they certainly have a can have devastating morbidity and mortality associated with these things. So as much as possible, we should prevent them. I know that everyone wants a quick fix, a pill. You have nearly a pill with Ozempic and other alternatives like that, but those also come with side effects.
Yes.
Um, and yes, but
And they don't talk about the side effects. They just brush over it. But, though sometimes the side effects outweighs the benefit, they say. So I have nothing to say. There's each of us choose what's best for us. But how does yoga help in the managing of stress and anxiety?
certainly, I s- think that any exercise will help you reduce stress and anxiety, just because that is what our bodies are evolved for. But uh, I think that yoga does incorporate a lot of spiritual practice into it.
Yeah, especially when what I love is the closing part
Mhm.
when we do the namaste, that minute or even before the namaste, where you have that 5 minutes or so to sort of, pull yourself in and really, gather yourself and thankful to complete the postures and
Yeah, I mean, it
stuff.
does give you a moment to be present and to let go of everything that's happening outside of class and let go of your to-do list and let go of all of those things that you have to do at work. So certainly, I think maybe that's not something that we do in our day-to-day moment as we are moving through the day. So it is nice to go to yoga class and have that moment where you can really let go of what's going on outside the chaos and really become present on your mat. And also practice, the spiritual sides and the other principles of yoga as well. So it is a great way to, reduce stress and anxiety, improve your mental health as well.
You mentioned earlier about back pain. Pilates is good for back pain. Is
Mhm.
there any specific exercise, a particularly good one or two that you could tell someone new to Pilates to practice that can help the back pain?
Well, Pilates in general focuses on core strength, and I think that is for many people the root of their back pain, not having a strong core. Um, Most of your back is taking the burden of the weight. So once you have a strong core and you're able to support your body fully, then you do find that your back pain dissipates. So in Pilates, I think that's an issue for many, and you will find that all of the Pilates exercises focus on core strength. So it is a great workout. It does help you improve your core strength and your increase the strength of your back muscles as well.
Well, this question, I can't wait to be asking you, this upcoming question. It has been on my mind. And I know you, since I knew you were going to be here, and I hope my listeners too are also interested in here, are curious about your response. So the question is, how often should one practice yoga or Pilates to see health benefit?
Oh. Well, certainly these are exercises that are gentle enough to practice every day. But it's totally up to you, personal preference. Joseph Pilates did say um, that you'll begin to feel a difference in 10 sessions, and you'll see a difference in 20, and others will be able to see the difference in you in 30. So I don't know if it will take that long, but that's what he
To
says.
be
But
honest, yes, because for me, I do both. And
mhm.
I it gives me flexibility. But here is something that I discovered, and I hope it doesn't offend anyone. I am usually waking up at night, 3 o'clock to go to the bathroom. It's like clockwork. And whenever I consistently do Pilates and yoga. I'm not sure which because I do both during the week. But whenever I consistently do it, I don't get up at night. I go right through the night without needing to go to the bathroom. And even otherwise, during my daily moving around, I'm not rushing. You know, sometimes you come into the house, you reach the door, and you never want to use the bathroom. And then as you open the front door, you're dying to use the bathroom. I find once I maintain, that is my gift. That is the gift I think I've given to myself, the benefit where I have more control of my
Right.
bladder. And I don't know is which one, the yoga or the Pilates. Which one do you think that
I
helps
mean, it
that?
could be either. I think that maybe you just find you're working more on your core strength and your Kegels when you're doing the exercise.
Unconsciously, yes.
Yeah. So it could be either. I'm not sure. Maybe both.
I agree, but it doesn't matter because it's working, it's giving me something.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Um, can yoga or Pilates improve mental health conditions like depression?
Sure. I think there's a lot of research to support that, especially for yoga. I'm not sure about Pilates. I mean, I certainly anecdotally, people have certainly experienced that, and we know that exercise in general can help you with that. So yes, definitely, I think that is something that can help you improve your depression. But depression is also something you should discuss with your doctor. So of
Oh,
course,
of course, of
yeah,
course. This is just an complementary alternative treatment
yes.
along with what the doctor is saying, to keep our mind. So, can you share any recent research or studies that support the health benefits of these practices?
I don't of yoga and Pilates. There's
Mm.
much research out there. Just feel free to Google them. It would depend on the specific topic that you're looking into, whether that is a condition like depression or some other interest that you might be interested in. So yeah, just take a look. There is a bunch of research out there available to you.
So, do you have any personal stories or testimonial of from individuals who have experienced significant health improvements due to yoga or Pilates?
Um, I mean, definitely some of my clients have. I used to work with a client who would eat out for all of her meals, every single one. She did not cook at home at all, and she didn't work out. But once we started to work together, several times a week, she did find that exercise improved her health. Like I mentioned, like once you start to implement one healthy habit, you'll find that other healthy habits naturally that you can stack on top of your exercise. So yeah, she did find herself working out several times a week, and she committed to cooking at least one meal a day at home. So that was fantastic to see that change in someone who's very much on the other end of the spectrum, move into a physically active life and eating more healthy. Yeah, so that is quite a shock. But it's great to see someone be able to uh, certainly find physical
Take
activity and
charge.
a healthy diet in their life.
Yeah, take charge. What are the recommendations that CDC guidelines for physical and muscle strengthening activity that that is good for us
Yeah,
through whatever
absolutely.
form?
The
Go ahead.
CDC okay. The CDC recommends that we get 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity per week, and then 2 days of strength training. And that's just a recommendation. That's a great place to start. That's something that we should all aim for. But if you're just starting out, you can slowly work up to that goal. Um, but yeah, or even
You said 150, what?
150 minutes a day.
150 minutes. Can you work it out in days for some people? Because when you say 150, it's like,
All right,
when
remember
you
this
work
is
it out, say you
150.
could do it in X amount of days, spread it out along the week. How many do you use? Give me a little plan of how they can do it and not so overwhelming. You have to make everything easy.
Well, what is easy for one will not be easy for another. And this is
True, true.
150 minutes of exercise a week. This is not in a day. Certainly you can spread that out over a day. Some people can certainly choose to do this in 1 or 2 days if they are those weekend warriors that only like to work out on the weekend. And we know that, that type of exercise is just as beneficial as spreading it out over the week. So that's totally up to you. Spreading it out over the week makes it more convenient for some people. Um, if you choose to just do maybe 30 to 45-minute doses of exercise, but if you like longer workouts and fewer days, that's certainly an option as well. But it depends on your schedule, maybe your workout buddy's schedule. So yeah, you just have to find what works for you and to keep doing that.
So, how can a busy working adult who are juggling families and other obligations get a regular workout in each
In each day, well, if this is something that you're really committed to, then I would definitely suggest that you try as much as possible to um, place your workout in the morning. I know that's not easy for many people, but placing it first thing in the morning helps you make it a priority, but it also prevents other priorities from, you know, bumping it out of the way, right? So if you have it first, it's done, you feel great. But if you wait until later, it may be that other priorities overtake your workout. Hopefully it shouldn't. I would make your workouts just like any other appointment and not skip them. But it does happen certainly. So to avoid that, definitely place it in the morning. And I know it's
Yeah,
not
I
easy for
agree.
people. Sometimes you have to do crazy things like sleep in your workout clothes and then just roll out of bed and put your feet in your sneakers so that you get out the door and go for a run. But you do whatever you have to do to make it easy for yourself.
Or they probably commit to 10 minutes in the mornings, stretching or whatever, just some form of movement. And that is a huge benefit.
Yeah, exercise snacks that are like 10 to 12 minutes are great ways to incorporate exercise as well. They are also beneficial if all you have is 10 to 12 minutes, and certainly do that. But yeah, to start, or if you only have that much time, then definitely use that ten minutes for exercise.
Okay, so what are some of the common misconception about these practices that you encounter, and how do you address them?
uh, there's so many, but I mean,
Choose
certainly for
anyone you
yoga.
think might impress us. We know there are tons, but sometimes people put up this fight not to do it or not to participate. So sometimes I have to remind them, my clients is that remember you only have one life to live. So choose which one, how you want to live it, and one body. So choose. So what practices would you misconceptions that
Okay.
you encounter that you address for them today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think with yoga and Pilates, especially in the United States, I think that many people feel that only certain people do these exercises. You have to have a certain look or a certain body in order to do them, but that's not all at all true. These exercises are for anyone who would like to do them. You don't have to be skinny, you don't have to be a woman, you don't have to be white to do these. You can do Pilates and yoga in any body. They are for everyone to do. So certainly if it's something that you want to try, seek out an instructor or studio that you feel comfortable with and begin to start your practice of yoga and Pilates.
So in what ways do you foresee the role of Pilates and yoga evolving in the field of health and wellness?
That's an interesting question. I can't say. I don't know that we have and Pilates compared to yoga is very young practice. Um, Yoga is thousands of years old and Pilates is just a few decades old. So very very different trajectories. And I think it's more about, certainly in recent history, about people and where we are. We definitely saw a big change in fitness and health and wellness during the pandemic. That looked a lot different for people. You weren't going to the gym or to the studio. You found yourself online, or maybe you found yourself building your home studio, building your home gym. or working outdoors, working out outside. So finding different ways to work out, and we are still, I think, in that phase. I think everyone has found that maybe they are completely different people after the pandemic and after quarantine, and now you are finding new ways to work out as this person that you have become since the pandemic. And that's okay. Just acknowledge that you are a different person, and that is understandable given what you went through. So certainly find ways to, you know, acknowledge that and work out from where you are at this moment in time.
So I've been asking all the questions and stuff, and I want to hear your thoughts. What you want to say, what do you want to specifically get across to my audience, what they should hear, what they should know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if working out is one of the things that you are thinking about doing or thinking about starting on your journey, that it is important to find community, find people who can support you. We do know from research that it's important to surround yourself with people who can support you in this journey, um, because your network that you have really does make a difference in your success. Um, so definitely that influence that you have around you is important. So as best you can, surround yourself with people who can support you on your journey. That's really important. It may not, and be careful with this, it may not be your family and friends. You may find support in other areas, maybe a Facebook group or a trainer, an instructor, or your run club or your walking group that you have. So definitely explore beyond that if you're not feeling the support with your family and friends. And that will happen for some people in the beginning because you are making a lot of changes. And maybe your children and your spouse don't like the healthier options that you have decided to cook. So you need to find support where you can. Um, so that happens, it's natural. So don't always anticipate that the others around you will also be on board with the changes that you're making, but you know that those changes are important for you. So definitely seek support where you can. That's one of the most important things because that really does determine your success or not in health and fitness.
Well, there are lots of pitfalls coming up right now with the holidays, the parties, or traveling that can derail our efforts in keeping fit. So, if any of these should come up, what one thing you can tell my listeners to do to keep them on track?
I actually find that maybe starting your health journey when during this time is actually um, one of the best things because you have all of the temptations and holiday parties and appointments to attend to. So you really have everything coming at you all at once. And if you can survive this time, then you know that the rest of the year will be quite easy for you. So don't be overwhelmed or discouraged. If you are starting your healthy journey during this time or you want to, definitely go for it because you are going to have all of the challenges to face and you're going to survive them and be totally okay for the rest of the year and beyond. So definitely look forward to it. Look forward to the challenge,
Of
and
course,
you'll be fine.
easy going after this.
Yes, definitely, yeah,
So, how
and
can
I
my
done
list? Sorry, go ahead, please.
oh, no, I was just gonna say, I have done this challenge for myself, many years in a row, so definitely, um, I know that it can be done, and I've seen others do it, so yeah.
And if they fall off, they just get back on. At the next
Yeah.
party, they do better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah, and it's okay to enjoy yourself as well.
Of course. So, how can my listeners connect with you?
Certainly they can find me on my website at ivoryhoward.com or on social media as Flatbelly Pilates. Um, and I do have a special gift for your audience. They can have a free survival guide for Pilates, how to survive your first or next Pilates class. And that's available at ivoryhoward.com/free guide. And that's available for your listening audience. It comes with that free guide as well as a free class to definitely help you get started on your fitness journey.
Oh, yes, that is, I think I might also be getting it. I'll be registering because I think I also need help. As much as I'm a health coach, it's good to have fresh ideas, hear new thoughts to help us along, keep
Yeah,
strong.
we all need help.
We need all the help because food is food, and it's a great time now to eat good food.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there anything else you'd like to help to say?
Um, no, I mean, definitely feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or you would like to work together. I can be reached at me@ivoryhoward.com. That's me at ivoryhoward.com.
I know they'll be reaching out to you because this is so good. But as we wrap up this episode, the role of Pilates and yoga in disease prevention and wellness with Ivory Howard, it's clear that both Pilates and yoga offer immense benefits for disease prevention and wellness. These practices not only enhance physical health by improving flexibility, strength, and posture, but also contribute significantly to mental well being through stress reduction and mindfulness. By incorporating Pilates and yoga into your regular routine, you can take proactive steps towards a healthier lifestyle, potentially reducing the risk of chronic diseases and fostering a greater sense of overall well being. Remember, the journey to wellness is an individualized path, and finding a practice that resonates with you is key. So, thank you for tuning into our discussion, and thank you again, Ivory Howard, for being part of High Blood Pressure Wellness Lifestyle Podcast, and we look forward to exploring more health and wellness topics with you in the future episodes. If you find this episode helpful, please share it or text the link to family and friends and others who might benefit from this conversation. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more valuable information on managing your health. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out to us. So stay active, stay mindful, and most importantly, stay healthy. And let's talk soon. Bye for now.